Welcome to my channel. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Percy and this is Shades of Percy. Okay. Oh, what are we doing today? This has been like the most requested video of all time, of all ages, of all eras, and it is how I edit and take my pictures. A lot of you love the way I do that, especially on Instagram, and I posted on my Instagram story if you would love to see how I edit my pictures, and I got 100% positivity. Okay, nobody even went thumbs down. Nobody. Everybody was like thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you go over to my Instagram, by the way, my handle is Shades of Percy, at Shades of Percy, and if you go over to my Instagram, you see lovely aesthetics, lovely picture editing, lovely uniformity, and a lot of people love that about Instagram photos. Actually, if I see someone's page and I could see that the person's video or page or pictures are looking aesthetically pleasing, they're looking on point, that's one of the things that will make me follow you. Okay, so a lot of people have come up to me and be like, I love the way your photos are arranged, I love the way the background or the aesthetics are arranged, so why not just show us how you do this? And I'm going to. That's why we're here. If you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button, tap on that button and subscribe to my channel right now. We're growing, we're moving forward. Subscribe to my channel. You love me, right? I look good, right? I'm doing a video, right? Now let's get right into it. First thing you've got to know is that it's not just about making your Instagram look really pretty. There are steps that you need to take to make them look pretty, to make your pictures look orderly and take the right or the same form. And the first thing you've got to do is to have a very good camera. For me, I used iPhone 11. It looks like this. Yep, looks like this, and it's got a really good camera. And I think 7 Plus, 8 Plus, 11 and 13, I hear 13's got really good camera. I've never used it before. It's really expensive, but they say it's got a good camera. So if you're using an iPhone, that is really great. iPhone's got really good cameras. I can't speak for Android, though I have seen quite some pictures that people have taken with Android phones. So that's the first thing you need to do, get a very good camera. If you're using an Android, make sure it's a very good camera. And if you're using an iPhone, very good for you. Number 2, please, I would really indulge or beg that you take your pictures in very, very lovely backgrounds. It may even be just a white wall, or it could be just a colorful wall, but let it just be a very wonderful background. Please do not take your pictures in graveyards or near the gutters or something. I really don't I really don't know how to overemphasize this, but take your pictures in very, very good aesthetically pleasing backgrounds. I know some photographers would like to do some very lovely ghetto shots or palm tree shots or something. Those are professional photographers and they know the kind of information they're trying to pass out through their pictures. But for regular based Instagram people like us that are not making any money from pictures, or we just want to look good, please do take your pictures in very, very lovely background. I would advise that you take them in areas that have nature, like trees or beautiful flowers, or you take them in hotel lobbies, or you take them in very beautiful restaurants or very nice lovely places. For me, that's why I take my pictures. I take my pictures actually in hotel lobbies and in restaurants and in very, very beautiful outdoor locations. Number 3, this is very, very important, even if people don't really know about it or people don't really take it seriously. The way you pose in your pictures are very, very important. You need to pose like you own the picture, like you've got it. Like, let people not come and know that you're suffering. That's what I'm saying. Just pose like you own the freaking world, okay? And that would really, really boost your picture level, your picture game, your picture whatever. Pose to the heaven. Number 4, the edit, which is what I am here to tell you. Okay, there are 3 apps and 4 methods I use to edit my pictures, and the first app that I use is Lensa. Like, if you guys don't know Lensa right now, you need to go over to the App Store, the Apple Store, or the Google Play Store and download Lensa right now. This is not a paid promotion, but I'm just telling you that app is amazing. It makes your whole editing game easy. Whoever made that app, thank you, and thank you again. The second app I use, though I really use that for my personal pictures. I use that for pictures for my shoes. I like to edit the background of my shoes and not the shoe itself. So I don't know if I should really mention it, though it's really a good app for editing pictures, personal style like pictures. It's really good, and it is Facetune too. Although you have to pay, even for Lensa you have to pay. Facetune too, you also have to pay if you want to get the whole features of the app. And the third app, which is the game changer, is Adobe Lightroom. Thank you, Adobe Cloud, for creating Adobe Lightroom. That app is amazing. It is wonderful. It is woo! So those are the 3 apps I use. But for my personal pictures, I don't use the Facetune 2. I just go with Lensa and Adobe Lightroom. So I took some few pictures recently, and we're going to edit them using my steps and the apps I use right now. And let's get into this video. So I'm just going to go into my pictures folder right now, and I'm going to go over to new, where I store new pictures that I have taken, expand that a little bit, and I've got about 3 pictures that I took. This is actually a very lovely background. This is Marriott Hotel in Ikeja, and I love them because they don't really disturb people whenever you come to take pictures there. They just allow you to do your thing as far as you're wearing your mask and all of that. So this is Marriott Hotel in Ikeja. I've got this picture right here, I've got this one right here, and I've got this is their outdoor location. Like I said, you really need a very good background and a very good location to take aesthetically pleasing pictures for your Instagram. So the first thing I do is that I use the normal iPhone edits that comes with iPhone for your pictures. I don't know if Android does have it. I think they do. I use the iPhone's editing process first, and I go over to edit, which is at the top right corner, and I go over to this clockwise dot thing on the bottom, and the first thing you got to see is auto. I don't do auto for any reason. No, I like to take my time and step-by-step process for this. So I go over to the exposure, and I turn up the exposure a notch, just a little notch. I don't like too much exposure, but I love brilliance. The next one here is brilliance. Okay, I love brilliance so much. It gets to bring out everything that is hiding in the picture, kind of brings it out. So I'm going to turn it up a notch also. Take it over to 39. Well, let's say 40 is fine. Yeah, 40 is fine. I like to bring down highlights a little bit because I don't really want all those highlighted sections. I think Brilliance does a very good job at that, so I like to bring down the highlights a little bit. So I take highlights over to let's say 44 is fine. One thing about highlights is that it actually brings up the tone in the picture when you reduce the highlights. You see, you're learning something there. You see? Okay. So for shadows, I don't really touch shadows. I don't touch shadows at all. And I go over to contrast, and I reduce the contrast a little bit because I don't want the pictures looking too contrasted. I like it looking a little bit flat for when I take it over to Adobe Lightroom. So I reduce the contrast a little bit. I take it over to let's say 16 is fine. Yeah, I don't touch the brightness except I take it in a very dark location. Oh, that was number 4. Make sure you take pictures where there's light. Make sure there's light when you're taking pictures, and make sure there's good lighting. Even if you're taking it in a dark area or at night, make sure you've got a little bit of light, maybe a bulb, a fluorescent lamp, an LED light, whatever it is, because that will really bring out the features in your picture. So we've got brightness here. I don't touch brightness because I've got it all with brilliance. And then we've got black point. For black point, I just take it up a little bit. Yeah, it kind of does the work for shadows, which I don't touch. I prefer using black point than shadows. I don't know if you guys get. So I don't do saturation at all for my pictures. On the iPhone edits and on Lensa, I don't do saturation at all. I prefer to do vibrance because it makes the photo vibrant. Okay, so I tend to turn vibrance up a little bit. Yeah, I'm looking all golden right now. If you guys know me, I like looking golden in my pictures and all of that. So I move over to warmth and to tints, and then I sharpen it a little bit. I take it over to 20 is good. Then I go over to definition. I don't do definition at all. I just go to noise reduction, which is the second to the last feature here. Put it up to about 16, and then I click done. Ta-da! So the second step is to open Lensa and import the picture we just used the iPhone edit for. And I am going over to Lensa. I have a photo editing app section on my phone where I have most of my edits here. So I'm going to click on Lensa, and you can add pictures that you want to with this plus sign at the top left corner. And I'm going to go over to new and click on that photo that I just edited with the iPhone edit, and I'm clicking on add. Yeah, and it's going to import the items into the app. So here is where I say they've got it all. Like they just make my life so easy. I thank you. Like, you see this magic correction right here. This magic correction, just tap on it. Tap on it. Oh, ooh, it automatically edits the picture for you, but you just have to adjust them to your own specifications. You can leave the picture like this. It looks amazing, it looks wonderful, but I want to kind of bring down some things and add them to my specifications. Thank you so much. So I'm going to reduce the blurry background a little because I feel is kind of a little bit too blurry for me for the idea I have for this picture. You always have to have an idea for your pictures. So blur background is at 3 right now, and it has already done the face retouch for me. It has done the neck retouch for me. I leave that. I don't really touch that at all. The eye bags, eyelashes, eye contrast, and everything here I don't touch apart from the teeth whitening and the eyebrows. I really like my eyebrows looking feathered and soft, so I reduce them to 0. But for the teeth whitening, we all always want to look white teeth in pictures, so I kind of turn it up a notch a little bit to about 7, and then I leave everything as it is. So if you look at the bottom of this app right here, you're going to see an adjust section, which is at the third feature right here. You'll see adjust. So when you tap on the adjust, you've got general, you've got foreground, and you've got background. General is the all-round edits for the pictures: brightness, vibrance, saturation, temperature, highlights, shadows, and all of that. That's what you call general. But for foreground, foreground is editing yourself alone and not the background. So you can actually edit only yourself, only you in the picture using this app. You see why I love it so much. And then background, you can actually edit the background without editing yourself. So it helps you demarcate yourself from the background. Isn't that awesome? Like, are you kidding me? All right, so I'm gonna use the general. I'm turning the exposure down to 0 because I've already done a little bit of that in the iPhone edit, and I'm also taking the contrast to 0, moving saturation to 0. I really don't like saturation at all. I prefer vibrance, so I'm going to take the vibrance up a little bit to 5. Okay, I like sharpening my pictures, so I'm going to take it up to 12 or 11. 11 is fine. Yeah, so I'm going up. I like the temperature a little bit, though I want to look a bit warm, so I'm taking it back to -5. I'm reducing the highlight to 0 and reducing the shadows to 0 too. Okay, so I'm gonna tap on the foreground right now. Oh, it's an amazing feature. I'm going to tap on the foreground right now, and for the foreground I am going to take exposure up a little bit because it's just going to edit only myself. It's not editing the background, which I love so much. So I'm taking exposure up a little bit to 10 is fine, so I look a little bit brighter. And I'm gonna take vibrance a little bit to 5 is fine. I'm gonna sharpen again because I love sharpening. Oh, and that's all I'm going to do for that. And then I'm going to go over to the background. I can see that the background is looking a little bit dull. By dull I mean the lighting is a bit down, so I'm going to take up exposure. You see what that does? It just brightens up the background without affecting you itself. So look at that. I'll take it up a notch. You see, I'm still retaining my complexion and my color and everything I did, but the background is what is lit up. I can take it down to -100. I'm the only one lit up, but the background is low in light. So I'm just gonna leave it at 20. And one thing about the app, you can tap on the picture, you can see the before and release. You will see how it looks right now. Oh, I think that background is okay for me. I'm going to add a little bit of vibrance also to the background. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I don't sharpen the background when it's blurry, please. So after that, I'm just going to one thing about this app again, I actually almost didn't use it because my picture doesn't require it. But one thing about this app is that you can actually change the hue, the color tones in the picture. So for example, we've got red, we've got orange, we've got yellow, we've got green, we've got blue, and we've got magenta or purple as people call it. So if there's any color, if I tap on the blue now, if there's anything in the background that is blue, I can either change it to magenta or I can change it to, I forgot what this color is called, but I call it mint green. So for example, look at this. I can see some blue pigments at the background right behind. So I'm just going to show you guys an example. Take it up a notch and bring it down. You can see it changes a little. It changes a little. See that? It changes a little. So I'm going to use my foreground because it's just changing a little. You guys may not really see it. I'm going to go back to foreground and I'm wearing blue, a little bit of blue, sky blue. So look what happens when I turn this blue up a notch. You see that? You see that? You see that? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to leave it as it is, before and after. Okay. So I'm going to save the picture right now. Top right corner is where you see save, and ta-da, it's saving. It's saving. Amazing. Amazing. Now, we're going to go over to Lightroom. So let me just exit from Lensa and go over to Lightroom. Adobe Photoshop Lightroom. As you can see, it's filled with all my pictures that I have edited in the past. So I'm just going to click on this plus sign at the bottom right corner and click on from camera roll, because you're supposed to add photos to the app so that you can edit them. So I'm going to tap on this photo that I just edited and click correct, which is at the top right corner. So I'm going to tap on the picture again and it shows this. Now, here is the cocoa. Okay, here is what you need to know. There are features called presets that you need for Adobe Lightroom. You don't necessarily need them, but in order for your pictures to look aesthetically pleasing or have the same format or kind of color code, you need what you call presets. Now, presets are previous settings that you can have or create on the app that would make each of your pictures that you take, whether you're editing it now or in the future, to look the same way and have the same color tone. Now, these presets are available in several apps and you can buy them, or you can subscribe to people who do presets on YouTube, their channel. You can subscribe to their channel and get the presets there. If you don't know anybody that has presets on YouTube, here's a trick for you. You can just tap on YouTube, your YouTube icon in your phone, or you can go online and go for www.youtube.com, and then when you go there, tap on the search bar and type in presets for Lightroom. Presets for Lightroom. When you tap that, you're going to see a whole lot of presets right there that you can choose from for what best suits the kind of pictures you take. Am I confusing somebody right now? I'm trying to really explain as much as I can so that you really get what I'm saying. So when you tap on the presets for Lightroom, you can see a lot of presets. You can see people's accounts that have created these presets for you. And I really advise that you use another phone apart from the phone that you're going to be using to edit. Just take another person's phone if you don't have two phones, or if you have a laptop, use that to watch all those videos that have those presets, so you can choose whichever best suits you or the kind of pictures you take. There are some YouTubers that really have presets, and one is Eno Bines. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that very well. He's the person I actually got my presets from, and my preset is called Aqua and Orange, though I modified it to suit the kind of picture I take, but he's the person I got those presets from. And when I say get or got the preset, I don't mean that I bought it. I went to his YouTube channel and I watched over 30 to 50 videos about different kinds of presets, so I can know which one best suits me and which one I really like for my pictures. So the one I finally settled for is Aqua and Orange, and then I followed the instructions that he gave for the presets, or for what I'm supposed to do in order for my pictures to look like Aqua and Orange. Okay, so if you don't want to pay for it, you can go on YouTube and watch their videos. The money gets to them from YouTube anyway, so that's the way I think. If not, they won't be posting the videos on YouTube for you to watch. Yeah, welcome back from that short clip I just did. So we're just going to move right into the edit. So I already have my preset and it's called Aqua and Orange. I'm just going to go over the fourth, if you're counting from the left, the fourth feature here that says preset. So I'm going to tap on that. Boom, and you see Aqua and Orange, and I said earlier on that I modified it to suit my kind of pictures, and I named that modification New Percy. That's why you see New Percy here. But I'm going to click on the Aqua and Orange so that you see exactly how the picture looks with that preset. There you see it. This is exactly how the picture looks with the preset. I can still modify it to anywhere I want, but I don't want to do that work because I already did that and saved it under the name New Percy. So I'm just going to click on that New Percy. Ta-da! Like clockwork magic, like seriously. So I'm just going to click on this correct yes icon here at the bottom right corner, and you can see the presets automatically posted over to the pictures. So if there are things that I really want to change, I can just swipe and go over to the features that make up the presets, and I'm going to tap on light. If the picture still looks very light, I'm going to reduce it, which to me it looks amazing. I'm just going to increase the highlights a little bit over to 25. I think it was at 28 before or so. I've already done this by the remodification, so you can just watch the videos about presets and still do that too. So I'm just going to go over to color, and I'm going to go over to mix, which is at the top right. So you can see the color mix where you have red, orange, yellow, green, mint, blue, purple, and magenta. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything I want to change about that except my color tone. I think I'm looking a little bit dark, so I'm going to increase the orange there to be very light. Yes, I've put it over at -20. I'm going to try as much as possible to increase the yellow. The yellow actually is what gives me that whiteness, that the way the picture looks really white and all of that, because yellow tones are really what make up a background when you take up your pictures. If you're not using a colored background, there default background is yellow. So I'm just going to actually increase the brightness of the yellow so it looks really white. Like you see, as I increase them, it looks really white. So I'm just going to reduce it. That is too white. That's too white. Okay, so +8 is fine. Oh no, let me take it down a notch. +7 is fine. And I don't have any greens that I want to change in the picture, so I'm going to leave the greens the way they are and the mints the way they are. I think so. No. Okay, yes, the greens and the mints the way they are. So my issue right now is the blue, because my shirt in the picture is actually blue-ish, and while I put up the preset, it made it look very out of sort. So I would really love to reduce the saturation of the blue. That's what's making it really pigmented in the picture. I'm just going to reduce it right now so you can see hue, saturation, and luminance. I'm just going to reduce the saturation. So look at that. Ooh, girl, did you see that change? Gosh, I like it. Yeah, so I touched up the luminance a little bit to about 40. I reduced the saturation. Luminance is what is the light, whether you want whatever you're changing to be bright or dark. That's what luminance is for. So yeah, I like the way it's looking right now. I've changed the saturation to -44, which is fine by me. So this is the before. You can tap on the picture, and this is the after. I think that's all right with me. Going over to the purple and the magenta, that's all right with me. So I'm going to effects right now, and I'm going to reduce the texture because I think it's too much for me, over to +37, and I'm going to leave the clarity as it is because it is beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to go, I don't touch the other parts. It's what was in the presets. I don't really play with them because I don't understand them myself. So I'm going to go over to sharpening. Like I said, I love sharpening my pictures, and that's it. I put sharpening at 37, and that is it, guys. That is just basically it. I'm in love with the way the picture looks right now. So this is the before and this is the after, guys. Epic. So I'm just gonna save it with this arrow file thingy here at the top right corner, and it's gonna show export to camera roll. I'm gonna tap on that, and it's gonna save the photo, you know, just like that. It's gonna save the photo just like that. Good. Now you see this photo was successfully exported. So I'm just going to go over to my photos folder to make sure that it was exported. There the picture is. Ah, beautiful, beautiful and epic. And one thing about Adobe Lightroom is, I'm going to go back to the app. This edit I have done, I can click on this ... sign at the top right corner, and I can copy the settings, whatever adjustments I just made to those pictures. I can copy the settings. You know, those are all the settings that are ticked in blue boxes. I can just tick the copy settings icon here, and the settings are copied. So I can go over to any picture, or I can import any picture from my file or my photo album. So I'm just going to go over to new to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I can take up this picture right here, and I haven't done the Lensa edit yet, so I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Bring it into the app. So you see those settings I copied, I can decide to paste them on this picture, and they will look exactly like the first edit. That's one thing I love about Lightroom. So it looks exactly like the first edit, and you can just make your corrections if you do want to. And that's it. That's the lovely thing about this app. So guys, that's exactly how I edit my pictures. Like I said, I use the iPhone edit, I use Lensa, and I use Adobe Lightroom. And from Adobe Lightroom, I watch presets on YouTube to know which one best suits my kind of pictures and to implement them in my pictures. I hope this video was very helpful to you. For the people who have requested it over and over again, I hope I was able to explain everything that I do. If you have more questions, please don't forget to put it on the comment section or send me a message on Instagram at Shades of Percy, and I would definitely reply. Thank you guys. I feel so good about doing this video right now. I feel epic. It's shout out time. There's no way, like I say in all my videos, that we are gonna do a video without doing a shout out. It is shout out time. So the first person I'll be giving shout outs to is Darren Howard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful explanation that you wrote in the comment section. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really love your comments. I appreciate your support. You make my morning, my afternoon, and my evening, my public holiday, my Valentine's Day, my Mother's Day, my Father's Day, my Labor Day. Thank you so much for commenting. It means so much to me. Thank you. Moses Johnston, thank you so much for commenting on my channel and on my video and on my everything. Thank you for commenting. It means quite the world. You're making me grow. You're making me expand. I mean, I'm just happy that I can create something that you love and that you can comment on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Moses Johnston. Shout out to you. Okay. Last but not the least, Afrobeat translation. I love that name. I love that name. Translate this. Oh, you for commenting on my video. Wow, Britain's Got Talent. Thank you so much, Afrobeat Translation, for commenting on my video. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it. And thank you again. If you want to get a shout out from me, simply comment on this video or any of my previous videos, and I would most definitely, with everything, give you a shout out. Thank you. So guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and click on the notification button so you don't miss a video from me. I mean, we're family here. And don't forget to like and comment so that you can get a shout out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now.